Okay, so you watch the show. Now it's time to level up. Hit that join button and get the VIP treatment. Early access, behind the scenes, and even shout-outs on the spot. Get in the mix with the real ones, breeders, fans, and all the dog lovers. Join the fam, be a part of something bigger. Starting at just $1, you get access to the best content we got. And that's not all. Members get 10% off all merch and gear. Plus, you're on the priority list for getting your next pup. You're in the loop. To join, just click the join button below this video. Pick your tier and boom, you're part of the squad.
Yo, what's good?
Yo, what's happening?
Man, it's Wild Card Wednesday. You know what it is, man.
Oh yeah, you know what we came here to do, man.
What the heck are you waiting for?
Yeah, back in here like we left our wallet and keys, man.
Yeah, man. Wild Card Wednesday, y'all. You know, we bring up topics that are supposed to evoke thought and to generate discussion. You know what I'm saying? So we got one for y'all today, man. We got one for y'all today.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Yeah, man. Yeah, you want to tell them about the dog show? The Digital Dog Show.
Yes, sir. This is the home of binge-worthy content, the Digital Dog Show. The Digital Dog Show is a monthly competition we do every month so that you can enter a 1 to 2 minute video of your dog, show his teeth, show him walking around, doing all that good stuff. You send it to our WhatsApp, man, with a little bit of information of who, what, when, where, why, and how to pay if you win. And then on the first weekend of the next month or the following month, we put up the videos and we vote on for dogs for best in show, best color, best condition, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Also during the Digital Dog Show, we have these little free t-shirt giveaways, you know, little things like that. So just a little something for our community. And guess what? It's all free. So yeah, you can get involved in that. We also have the dog and pup of the week. We do those competitions weekly. And then sometimes we have little throwback competitions as well on Throwback Thursday. But we'll do throwback competitions as well. You know, all these competitions are free to the community for right now. You know what I'm saying? Members, get your membership so you can stay into the tune with what's going on with us. Behind the scenes, we have a WhatsApp, you know what I'm saying, a Shogun Unlimited WhatsApp chat where you can connect with other brothers that are constantly in a close proximity to Shogun Unlimited. You know what I'm saying? We network, fellowship, and we spread ideas in that chat. These things are all optional and free as of right now. So get in where you fit in, because in the future you're gonna have to get grandfathered in or you have to buy your way in. But yeah, man, there's a lot of great brothers in there sharing information, pedigrees, breeding tips, yard maintenance, even sharing other YouTube channels you may not have heard of. You know what I'm saying? So the choice is yours. I just think that I make the option available to you. If you choose not to do it, man, then that's okay too. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. But that is the hub for communication. That is the hub for getting ideas out there and in an environment where it's going to grow. It's going to be watered, and it's going to get all the nutrients it needs to blossom to a beautiful vision or idea. With the Shogun Unlimited chat, man. I also wanted to say that shout out to my brother South Bottom Kennels, man. I'm gonna forever shout out South Bottom, man. They have a show coming out. You know what I'm saying? March 14th next year. You got plenty of time to get ready for the South Bottom show. If you going, all I ask is, man, y'all go there and honor that show and keep it moving forward, man. It's for us, by us. You know. Shout out to South Bottom Kennels.
Big time, man. Big time.
You,
yeah, man. That Shogun Unlimited chat, that's where you make all your connections at. You know, you want to reach out to somebody or something like that, that's where you can find them at, man. And you do the do. Ain't gotta be middleman, you know. Yeah. But Bushido code and quote of the day. That is your all right. Respect. Respect in Bushido means honoring all living things and their place in order of life. In the dog world, it's showing respect to the animal, the breed, the craft, and even the competition. Ownership is not in the paperwork. It's in the proof of care, effort, and dedication.
Well, speaking of dedication, man, let me show you a little bit of dedication real quick before we get to this topic today. Thank you for that, Big A.
Yes, sir.
Dedication. Puppy of the week, dedicated. Dog of the week, dedicated to Cash Doll, owned by our brother, Big C.
Big C.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
The June and July dog of the month, Oren Ishii.
Ishii, Pitwise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
They gunning for you, boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. And then let me do a quick roll call, real quick, man. We'll get to this topic.
Yeah.
So we got
bunch of boys. Oh my bad, a whole bunch of boys talking about hold my beer. Hold my beer. Yeah.
We got Miss McFarland in here doing her thing as usual, man, holding it down with the announcements and notes of concern.
Yeah.
I appreciate that tip. Thank you.
Salute. She at work right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Had to make her a little smoothie this morning.
That's what's up. Now, I ain't drinking no more of your smoothies, man. Ooh-wee. God told be more careful. God. Yeah, man. Heart and Finish Kennels in the building. Salute.
Yeah, man. Hey, clean as a whistle. You know what I'm saying?
Casino like Perez, man. Shout out to my brother Casino, man. He did a yard cleaning video yesterday with that D-Earth. You know what I'm saying? With that D-Earth.
Yeah.
Bro. And when I was looking at the spelling of it, that boy know how to pronounce it for real. I was like, ooh-wee. Yeah, man. Shout out to Casino like Perez.
Yeah.
Man, you know
I just bought some myself.
Dirty Dog Kennel, man. Salute.
Dirty Dog, what's happening?
Dickie Mother Loving Foster in the building.
Hey,
man. Dog.
Yeah,
Slicky Bakari in the building. Bakari, this ain't the Bakari from Instagram, is it? This ain't you, is it, Bakari? If it is, man, welcome, bro. And if it's not you, if it's another Bakari, man, I still welcome, bro. Salute.
Yeah, salute.
One of our newest members, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you come out for the next Digital Dog Show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It'll be the first weekend in September. So that was that. I think September 3rd, or 2nd or 3rd. It was the 3rd of September.
Yeah.
The day I'll always remember. Yes, I will. Young fam K9 in the building.
Yeah. CPK. What's the deal?
Yes, Emmy James.
Yeah.
Skip Bill.
Skip.
Okay, I see CPK in there. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you know, man. Dirty Dog with the 5-piece. Tip.
Hey, yes, sir. Man, appreciate you, Dirty Dog. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Tip said she working from home today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Big C in the building.
Hey, he say it's me. He say it's me.
Man, shout out to Bakari, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy, man. Hey, he up there all the way up north. You know what I'm saying? He from the north that way. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, man. Y'all should have been in NWA. You know what I'm talking about, man. Shout out to my brother Joe, NWA Corso. Salute.
MKM.
Yep. Tim Hendricks, MKM. MKM say this old hammer.
Yeah.
Shine like silver. Ring like gold.
Yeah.
Oh man, people I say the COVID got him, y'all. Oh man, hold up.
Man.
Yeah, man. Get well, my brother, man. Today I'll be lifting you in prayer, man, because that COVID is no joke, and we don't know what kind of
man, that stuff be mutated and morphed into damn Power Ranger.
Big C say, welcome back, Slicky. Be more consistent, you'll get your hardware. Yeah, man. And yeah, man, just keep coming through, man. Yeah, he's out here from Quebec, Canada, man. Salute, bro. Salute. I wasn't gonna tell you business, but You shared it, man. Salute, man. Salute.
Man, in Canada, boy, that weather different up there, man.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. And yeah, Big C, we're gonna click on that a little bit today as well, man. I did see something kind of tied into it well. Now I will say this, y'all, just y'all tracking. Our topics, we already had them laid out for the week, man. So because I know a lot of times we like the vibe in the community goes to the community, and that's why I like to have my topics already laid out. So you know what I'm saying? I don't really like to swagger jack people if I can help it. And that's why I like to go ahead and put it out the topics usually like Sunday or Monday. So what I'm talking about genuinely didn't have much to do with the community, but it kind of turned into something about the community anyway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Typically, if the community going that way, I try to go this way, but sometimes we just need somewhere in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But shout out to the community, man. Shout out to the community.
Yeah. For show.
Kimmy James say yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Appreciate that, Hemi. Checking and correcting. Vinny, repping that Facebook, man. Salute. Yeah. Yeah, this one of them topics too, boy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So he's only been here once, man. But I will tell y'all this, man. Members can vouch for wrenches can vouch for the wrenches, and I'm vouching for Bakari myself, man. Bakari actually reached out to me on Instagram. We've had some conversations, man. He's a true dog enthusiast, and he's into the training aspect, man. So one thing about the hardware is we want to make sure that the right people are getting it, because it gives you the ability to moderate and even block people from the chat. So definitely, man, definitely well thought out, man. But salute to everybody, bro. Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. But all right, man. So Big A, we got some legendary dogs that we've seen and talked about, man. And today's topic is you call it yours. Well, what makes it yours? You know, we talked about how many generations to make a bloodline. What makes it yours? What makes a dog your dog, man? You know, and when we talk about that, we talk about individual dogs. What makes Boudreaux's Eli, other than his name on the paperwork, other than the fact that he's bred them Bose dogs, other than the fact that he bred them Flying Billy dogs? What makes it his? Why does Boudreaux get to put his name on the family dogs, whether he bred them or not? You know?
Yeah.
Why does Tom Garner get to put his name on dogs that he didn't even champion out? Why do these things happen?
Man.
Yeah, why do these things happen? And what is the common factor in these things, man? Well, it's to me it's simple, but I reckon it can get a little bit more difficult, you know. So what makes a dog an old yellow dog? What makes a dog whatever your kennel name is? What makes a dog your kennel name? Here we go. Okay. Let me read y'all into this narrative and give y'all the direction I'm trying to go, that I am going to go with this. Let me not say trying. The direction I'm going to go with this in my perspective. All right. Defining ownership and responsibility in breeding and training. Ownership is not in the paperwork. It's in the proof of care, effort, and dedication. More than registration papers, time and training, investment, and the definition of ownership. Bloodline stewardship versus casual ownership. Let's talk about it. All right. I think that this topic gets over talked about, but under explained. Over talked about, but under explained. All right. The first thing is this. There are a lot of terms we find offensive in these dogs that I don't think should be necessarily offensive. But it's what you want and what you're projecting are different things, right? What you want and what you're projecting are different things. So let me explain myself very, very quickly before we get off subject. When you purchase 2 dogs, obviously somebody put in the work, time, and effort behind those dogs to make whatever it is you're looking at in front of you, right? That could be good stewardship, or it could be good bloodline management. But this is the key. All right. When my dog left my hands and went to Big A, and I'm just going to use Big A because this is a real example that I can use. We had intention, intent, and purpose behind not only breeding the dog, but where it went to. This is bloodline management and not casual ownership. Big A had the immense responsibility to continue the program. To continue the program that he bought into, that he worked hard to get into, right? And so in that situation right there, I would say that is bloodline management and maintenance. However, if I buy the dog with no intent other than a pedigree, I would say that is casual ownership, personally, right? I wanted a pure Red Boy Jocko dog, so I went to Ready Red and got a Red Boy Jocko dog. I don't take credit for Dior.
Yeah.
I don't take credit for Dior. That dog on her registration paperwork says Ready Red's Dior, right? I didn't change anything about how that dog operates. I got her because she was tight Red Boy Jocko, and I wanted some Red Boy Jocko blood in the mix. That's it. Casual ownership. Take care of the dog, take it to the vet. She has this pretty much the same care routine as my old Yellers, but her purpose and intention was different.
Yeah.
All right. There was no vision there, nor is there any qualities that I trained in her or that she naturally displays to say that's an Andre Williams dog.
Yeah.
Just like Mr. Boudreaux, there's plenty of Boudreaux owned dogs, but there's only certain ones that they call Boudreaux's this or Boudreaux's that. This is what makes calling it yours. Now, there are some expectations associated with the man behind the dog. When I go to Mr. Boudreaux, I'm looking for, personally, a black dog. Are there Boudreaux dogs that aren't black? I'm certain. However, there are certain qualities that over time, a certain individual, you associate with the person just as much as the animal's lineage. If you get an old Yeller dog, there should be certain expectations. It should be a buckskin dog. It should be easy to train, easy to work, willing to work, and very, very balanced. These are qualities that I can't guarantee with my Red Boy Jocko stock. So I own Red Boy Jocko dogs, but I built the old Yeller line. You call it yours. What makes it yours? Over to you, Big A.
Yeah, man. Yeah, as far as Michonne, like I own Michonne, but I don't consider Michonne my dog as far as creation wise or whatnot. What made the old Yeller yours?
Okay, so I'll give my opinion on that. I'm also gonna drop the link here because, like I said, I'm just giving Dre's opinion, and it's very quick because I know what I think, but we want to know what y'all think. We want to share the opportunity to speak on it. What makes it mine is I came out and sat down in my garage, right, and I made a vision statement in my first video, and everything I told you, I was breeding toward that. I took dogs from other people and put them together, but I put them together with my own purpose. I said I want a dog that was easy to train, easy to shape, easy to a balanced dog that could do protection work. It started off with protection work, and then through time and observing the animals themselves, I believe that they taught me more about what I wanted than what I actually thought I wanted in the beginning. Coat color, that was not a concern. I didn't know what coat color I was gonna get. I put a black dog with a buckskin dog. I didn't know what I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a coat color like people. I always talk about the old Yeller coat, but that just happened to be the color out of the litter that I picked out. But she threw in that litter, she threw red dogs and buckskin dogs.
Yeah.
And so it was it very easily been Williams' old red dogs, but it wasn't. And so with the buckskin black mass dogs in my litter, I began to realize that those ones had certain qualities that some of the other ones didn't naturally display as quickly. So I was like, okay, cool. Whatever gene is recessive in those dogs, maybe it's got something to do with the balance behind it. You know, I always speak highly upon Jeep because of the stories I heard about Jeep. Shout out to Brandon Starr. What's good, big dog?
Hey, what's happening?
I always, what I've been noticing is, the buckskin black mask for what I was trying to build. As a matter of fact, shout out to Brandon Starr again for that avatar too. Salute. But that buckskin black mask was one of the things I just realized. Okay, them the smart folks. You know what I'm saying? Not just mine, but Saki has a littermate brother that is actually smarter than him. Walter Reginald. Michonne's super smart. So
yeah.
And I'm not saying the rest of them aren't. Don't get it twisted. Like there's a lot of good dogs that I've bred, but the ones that display all of the characteristics I wanted, they just happen to look like Saki. You know what I'm saying? From my lineage. I think that's like that with any line of dog. You know what I'm saying? You get a Frisco dog, you might get a Brindle Frisco dog because somewhere down there they got somebody put some Frisco, some Brindle in the mix, and it might act differently than the Frisco dogs act straight from Tom.
Yeah.
At that point, if let me say this, at that point, if they had a purpose behind making it different, and it shows it clearly has different traits in the progenitor, I think you're starting to put some ownership on there.
Yeah.
I'm not here to argue generations. I'm talking about the individual dog. Like, historically speaking, not to violate any animal welfare acts, any animal activism, stuff like that. I don't want to peter people on me. But historically speaking, if you have a line of dogs and 70% of them are stifle dogs, and you get a chest or a head dog out there, you know what I'm saying, and you breed for that trait, over time, you are changing the game. You're moving the mark. You know what I'm saying? So
even if the dogs come out the same litter.
The same litter, exactly.
And you go two different directions as far as what the traits and all from out the litter, you'll get different results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to keep it on performance, like Big A was saying, man, I don't care who you got a dog from. If you champion that dog out in any arena, I don't care if it's confirmation, weight pull, wall climb. If you champion that dog out, that's your dog, man. They're gonna say Big A's champion so and so. You know what I'm saying? Like the registries recognize it as your champion. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I definitely think performance is another key factor of what you individually were able to accomplish with that animal. You know what I'm saying? What you were able to accomplish with that animal.
Yeah. But what about the breeder though?
Well,
if
the breeder, whose
program it was, even if they didn't necessarily breed it for what you were able to accomplish. For example, BJ, I believe they from the way that you explain the story, they tried to give you the last pick, or whatever the case may be.
They did.
Yeah, you took your skills and the passion and want to train and all, and you applied all that to the dog, and that dog became the best dog out of the litter. So, yeah, that dog is yours, but what about the program,
Okay, so in that situation right there, that's another one. Okay. So for those of y'all who don't know, I had the Shepherd mix BJ, and I bought him sight unseen from Afghanistan. And when I flew back in, I went and picked him up, right? Shout out to Pressure Kennel Combine, man. Shout out to all the Cat Bros, man. Matter of fact, it's Wednesday night tonight, man. Cat, Wednesday night Cat. Be over there. Be there or be square. You know what I'm saying? And Pressure, I also want to give you another special shout out, man. Thank you for rocking with my brother. I think it was Friday you came through rocking with Toyo. Y'all was talking about the black dogs and red dogs, man. Ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, Pressure, you don't say a lot, but when you say something, it means something, bro.
Yeah.
You even talked about keeping two separate yard, keeping them kind of separate on the yard, but having a little touch in there. So if you decide to go one direction or the other, you could, man. I ain't gonna spill the whole beans. You need to go watch Toyo's live with Pressure Kennels Combine if you want the tea on that, man. But definitely I'll be watching, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking my brother, man, because it was educational. You know what I'm saying? It was educational. But
man.
But as far as that goes though, with BJ, what ended up happening was I was sending them, and I think this is important too, man. And I feel like you're flawed if you don't do this. To me, if you're gonna deal with me, I'm gonna tell you right now, I feel like you're flawed. But so even without her asking, I started sending her videos of the dog being trained, doing scent work, doing the healing, stuff that I've showed y'all, the protection work stuff. And next thing I know, on their website, my dog is the dog they're marketing. The leftover runt that they gave me that didn't even look like none of the other puppies. He didn't look as good as any of the other puppies. Like, I was sorely disappointed in his appearance in comparison to his peers, because his brothers and sisters, you wouldn't have known they weren't full-blooded Malinois if they didn't tell you. BJ was the only one you could tell, okay, like, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a German Shepherd or a Malinois. He's too small to be a German Shepherd, and he's too ugly to be a Malinois. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. But he became the dog that they used to profit and to market their other dogs off of, because of the work that was put in, And yes, they were the breeders, but I was the handler. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of the other puppies were making noise like that. So I think you asked the question earlier a little while ago, Big A. You said, what about the breeder? The breeder should always receive some kind of credit and some kind of notoriety for anything they produce. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a 50-50 breeding, so they stood to you, or you know what I'm saying, or you stood to them. I think that the dog, the progenitor, should always get some credit. But if the progenitor cannot perform like the offspring, I think there is a certain level of respect that has to be given to the person that took the offspring and took it a step further.
Okay, so what about the paperwork and the names on the paperwork from generation to generation?
Say that again.
What about the paperwork, the pedigree, and the name being on, from generation to generation?
Allow me to play the op, Big A.
Okay, I'm just asking. I'm asking a question.
Yeah, but I want to answer it with a question, and you asked a direct question, but I want to answer with a question because I want to invoke thought, right? So, what about the paperwork is important until the dog is noteworthy?
Oh, I definitely understand that. I totally agree. I'm one that doesn't necessarily value the paperwork until the dog shows me what I need to see, or I take a really strong liking to it. But from a breeder's perspective, I've heard people argue, go back and forth, and it was just a topic. It was just a question I wanted to ask, because I've heard people say, if your name isn't, at least on all the paper, if your name isn't showing up on 3 generations, at least it's not your dog.
What if you get a dog with no pedigree?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I'm not. I don't know. I believe that's your dog. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but it's work being put down on both sides of the ball, man. But I do think that the owner or the handler really shapes and molds the dog to be whatever it's gonna be. I think the program, and all of that, it carries itself to a certain extent, but whoever's hands the dog goes into counts. Because you can have a great litter, man. You've been putting in work at generation after generation, and these dogs are showcasing everything that you wanted to see for yourself out of the program, and then you give it to somebody that just keep them on the chain and on the chain spot, don't work them, don't do anything, rarely change the water or something like that. I mean, it's a waste. It's a wasted dog, versus you putting it in somebody's hands that's gonna do something like you did with BJ, or somebody that is actually gonna put food on the table with the dog. Yeah. Yeah, so it's two sides to the ball, man.
Yeah, and the reason why I posed that question, Big A, was why I said, what if the dog has no pedigree? Because then who you gonna give credit to other than the man standing beside the dog in the first place? You know, it doesn't even matter in that case. And if the paperwork is your only claim to the dog, that your name is on the paperwork, but you ain't had nothing to do with that, is it really yours?
Yeah. But okay, I've got a question there. You know, it's been a few famous dogs, speaking of, that have been sold to famous breeders or whatnot. And when the question will arise, like, well, why'd you sell that dog? He's like, I have the mother and father, I could produce another one. You know?
Okay. All right, that's true. All right, and so that kind of ties into what Young Fam said, Big A. He says he can buy a 2-piece from KFC, but he don't own the recipe, and that's right. That's still KFC chicken wing. Let me ask you this: what if you got the recipe and it tastes like KFC, but you ain't buy from KFC? Who chicken is it then? And I'm speaking metaphorically because what I'm getting at is, okay, maybe you do have the same combination as another breeder. You know, maybe you're not going for a Burns Red Boy Jocko dog. Maybe you put together the same dogs to help make Tom Jack or Burns Stumpy.
But do you have the same knowledge as the breeder? Do you, do you really know what, I don't know, like sometimes water and water and oil doesn't mix. So you might have something in mind and it might, throw the whole thing sour or whatnot. Do you have the same knowledge as, or as the breeder or better, or you know what I'm saying, confident enough in the direction that you want to go and you've done your due diligence to feel comfortable moving forward in that direction?
Maybe I like what Hemi said too. Hemi said talking about moving the direction, like you saying, Big A. Hemi said, with the pedigree list dog, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can only go forward from there, but just don't start lying. Throwing papers on there. And that's what I'm getting at too, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's yours, you're really gonna be proud of it. It ain't no need to ain't no need to do all that. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is this, bro. With naming dogs of the future, man. We talking about naming dogs of moving forward. There will be no way forward until first you come to a peace within yourself. Because Dre, Big A, shout out to Welsh. I'm about to let Welsh in. Give me just a second, Welsh. There is no moving forward with future dogs until you decide that you're gonna move forward, man. And what you own, you got to define that. And you got to stand on it. You got to stand on it. You know what I'm saying? I think that accomplishment, performance, and merit are earned by the end of the handler. You know what I'm saying? The breeder puts the car together, but like you said, without that driver, man, it don't go nowhere. And then to make it a lineage and not just your dog, you have to be able to then, like Young Fam said, you have to be able to replicate that yourself. Yourself. Even if you don't add anything to the blood, you have to be able to replicate your traits. And they should be the decisively different from the traits of the breeder. Or if you got a cross, it should be decisively different between either of the parents. It should have certain traits that are unique to that animal or to that animal's offspring. Let me let Welsh in the building, man. What's good, big dog?
Welsh, what's happening? Okay,
so Skip Bell say, question, have anyone worked two dogs, short and stout, and long leg dogs with the same keep and both was at peak? You know what, Skip? I don't have an answer for that, man. But that's a valid question. That's a valid question, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think I would personally, because I think each dog, I go off of what that dog's individual needs are for shaping it. If it lacks air, I'm gonna do more cardio. You know, what I'm saying more wind building exercises. With them stout dogs, they probably got a little bit more muscle, so I would probably want to put air into them. With a rangier dog, I think I would hope he has more air, just for a deeper brisk and deeper lungs. But yeah, I don't know. Skip, if I tell you the answer to that, then I'd be lying, bro. I'd be capping like a mug. Brandon Starr said you have to get in the lab and experiment over years. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You also have to know what it is you're looking for. You know, you have to have an end goal or metric for you. Not no ADVA standard, not no Dre's Old Yeller standard. You have to have a metric for you to say, okay, yeah, man, my dog's all gotta do this. You know, my dog's all gotta do this. I'd be the person to dudes who can go outside with a yard of 30 dogs and say, shut up, and then all the dogs get quiet. You know what I'm saying? I think that's impressive.
Yeah, man.
I also like yards of dogs that don't dig. That's a trait that I like. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was important.
Man.
But my dogs don't typically dig. You know what I'm saying?
It can devalue your house.
Yeah, and it can also be a problem with your community. You know what I'm saying? You got a dog that dig and your fence don't go down into the ground, or you ain't got no concrete down there to stop them from getting out. Man, it's a problem.
I'm saying.
Hey, King T say Shogun Army in the chat. What is the correct amount of Kool-Aid to make correct amount of sugar to make it Kool-Aid? When it comes to Kool-Aid and when it comes to tea, man, I'm gonna say the whole bag. Yeah, I'm gonna say the whole bag. And in my house, man, you better not make Kool-Aid with one pack, and they better not be the same flavor. We don't do that over here. It's gotta be, you know what I'm saying? I like when they mix the two red ones together, like fruit punch and cherry. I like when they mix them two together, personally, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I come in there and I taste just a straight regular flavor of Kool-Aid, bro, DJ and McKenna getting cussed out.
Yeah.
They on Kool-Aid duty in the house because my kids like to overindulge, so they the ones that make it, you know. Speaking of that, King T, boy, let me tell y'all something about kids, man. When it comes to toilet paper, paper towels, and sugar, man, these kids will use it all. Won't say nothing. You go in there to use some sugar, man. You know what I'm saying? You try to make you a little coffee or something, and it's all gone. Z-Star say Red Boy dogs would dig in Japan. Yep, Dior definitely was a dig dog. You know what I'm saying? She would dig. And,
yeah, man.
But yeah, man.
It's definitely like a cancer to the yard, man. They'll pass through that bad boy and be there for generations on end.
H&S say 2 packs of Kool-Aid and a pack of lemonade. Ooh, yeah. You know what I don't like that Kool-Aid. It's supposed to be automatically cold. It's like blue ice or whatever. I don't like that one, man. That one that one hurt my chest.
Yeah, it sounds like y'all getting
100 first thing in the morning.
Sound like y'all getting in the diabetic line.
Yep,
yeah,
so it is.
Yeah.
So it is.
Yeah.
So it is. But man, to get back on the topic, man, you call it yours, but what makes it yours, man? What makes it your dog, man, is what you do with your dog, what you decide to call it, man.
Yeah.
And that's Dre's opinion on it, man. Big A, I'm gonna let you cook, and like I said, I'm opening the panel up because, man, this ain't no.
Yeah, man. I'm thinking about it like if you got, I don't know, like I was thinking about Toyo's OG Pops. And Pops was telling the story about, him picking up a dog on the side of the road. So, and I was just thinking about it, like if you grab the dog from the side of the road and it's a bulldog, that's your only dog or whatnot, you gonna, feel the dog out, versus running off of paperwork and trying to, you know what I'm saying, run off of that or whatnot, you know. I think you probably I don't know. I'm just thinking outside the box, man. I think you probably, you know, have to feel your way differently. Pause, you know, through the, you know, the dog or whatnot, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know, versus the expectations. I think I don't know. I think it just you'd have a different approach to it.
I'll tell you something else to make it not yours.
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm going to buy this dog from you, let's say I'm gonna just use King T because he here, man.
Mm-hmm.
He understand this. If I go get a dog from King T and I'm getting it because I like the way King T's dogs act, that's a King T's dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care what I do with it. I want what King T got, and I want to buy a piece of that. That's a King T dog. So, if I go get King T dog because I think it'll add to my gumbo and I add it to my stuff, that dog is still a King T dog, but the offspring, I think, you know, depending on what I do with it, if I don't stay in the same direction and breed similar to King T, I think it's gonna get a change, man.
Mm-hmm.
Chico say, what if you went to breeding yard to get a puppy? The bloodline throws both red nose or black nose. What color are you picking? Ooh wee. GB cooked on that yesterday, man.
It depends.
Yeah, I think it depends on how they acting, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it depends on how they acting for me, Chico.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, so what, you know, with the old yellow standard, I'm talking about meeting the requirements as the dog grows. What makes it an old yellow then, you know, once it leaves your hands?
If the person continues the program. I'll give you an example. Okay. You buy the dog from me, you pay the price, you take the dog, and you decide you're gonna go, I don't know, do search and rescue with it. We do a little bit of scent work, but we don't do search and rescue. That's your dog at that point, bro. If it's successful, you get all the glory, and if it's unsuccessful, you get all the shame.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Now, if it's somebody and we stay in close proximity, when they become almost part of a combine or part of the program, then it's still, okay, but this litter right here, I bred it for this purpose. You take it, you take it to do exactly with that dog, what I was gonna do with it, you know, with my guidance. Then it's like I would say it's the old yeller, you know what I'm saying? It's you're not changing anything, you just help me expand and give me that would be, to me, that's like having an extended yard hand. To me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like having an extended yard hand. Like you are doing exactly what you would be doing if I kept the dog on my property and just had you on my property as a yard hand.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What's good?
What's good, man? What's good? Y'all over here cooking, man. What's the subject?
It's you call the dog yours, but what makes it yours?
You talking about the dog you bought?
You got a stud from somebody, you studded to somebody, you got to put back. It's an individual dog, you know what I'm saying, that okay, I'm not calling this the old yellow no more. This is my dog now. What makes it that? Because at some point, you know what I'm saying, at some point you got to say, okay, this is either mine or I just bought a dog for somebody and I want what they got and continue what they already had going on.
I mean, you can't just change the name. So, I mean, that's a lot of what's been going on. But, I mean, you can't just change. You can't put a Honda badge on a Mercedes, drive around for 2 years. I mean, put a Mercedes badge on a Honda and then talking about you in a Mercedes. Nah, you got to do Mercedes come a certain way, Honda come a certain way. You can't just change something overnight. When it comes to the dogs, especially if you ain't changed nothing with the blood.
Okay. Well, what about if you bought you an old school and then you customized?
Well, you get the credit for the work that it is now, but we know what the car originally was. I mean, but you get the credit for what it's doing now. So we know it might be a fucking 88 Malibu, but we know it didn't come like that.
Yeah, what if that Malibu breaking records?
Well, you get the credit for that because you're the one who did it.
Let me ask you this: if you did that work to it, is Chevy going to honor any warranties you had on there once you change it up and make it and take away their factory setting?
Well, that depend on if you going. That depend on which branch of Chevy you going to, because every owner within that organization got a different mindset. Just like for example, Honda and Toyota are real big on buying back older like stuff from the 80s, early 90s that they don't make anymore. If it look a certain way and it's running good, they'll buy it back and put it on the showroom floor. They did that with one of my father's Toyota Cressidas, because he got a collection of Toyotas. So, and the same thing with Tom. You might outcross it and still make champion with it, but long as it's heavy on his blood, guess what? He's still gonna buy it back. So I think that pretty much sums it up.
That was a good analogy too, Wells. That was a good analogy.
But I heard y'all talking about paperwork. I came on late. I was doing something, so I was in and out.
Yeah. So my question was, what if it don't have a pedigree? What if you got it from Joe Blow from around the corner? It ain't got no pedigree. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's just your dog. So you telling me that because you don't know the lineage, now it's just yours? That's what make it yours? Because the person behind it, or the dog is not known or unknown?
Oh no, they don't work like that either. They don't work like that, because at the end of the day, even if you don't know what's behind it, if you know where you're going, that's all that matters. Because even listen, Samurai, even with some of the breeders now, people they trying to breed backwards, but they keep forgetting every time you breed, you push something back. But they trying to breed like they can still breed the Red Boy, like they can still breed the Jeep. Them dogs gone. So at the end of the day, whether they got a pedigree or not, if the performance is there, rather it's hunting, personal protection, long as it's showing the trait that you're looking for, if you know where you're going, all you got to do is add it to that dog. So that's pretty much simple.
All right. Let me play op again. Let me play op again. All right. So, I see a lot of people say that we go to the breeder. What if the breeder you got your dog from got busted, and having that dog associated with that breeder could honestly bring you heat? Would it still be the breeder's dog again?
Okay, so that whole breeder aspect, I think me and you had this conversation already, Samurai, because of a mutual person. Now, again, Big C. Now, Big C. Let me say this: breeders do get the credit, but don't give the breeder too much credit. If the breeder, okay, put it this way. If the breeder cannot tell you, and I just said this yesterday with some other people, if the breeder cannot tell you the performance history of either side of the dog's top and bottom, that tells you that the breeder was just breeding for pedigrees. Now, rather he was breeding for pedigrees or not, because curs throw champions also, and champions throw curs. So even if you get some good dogs out of it, yeah, he put the dogs together, but he can't tell you nothing about the performance behind it. He just bred it because of the pedigree. So how much of that credit are you giving to the breeder? So a lot of people need to stop overlooking the person who made the dog famous. Because if the person didn't make that dog famous, you wouldn't be talking about that breeder. Unless that breeder is used to working his dogs himself and retired. But a person who not known for working dogs, and you just giving credit to the breeder, what can he tell you about the performance of the dogs he put together if he never dealt with them? So y'all need to watch, all this breeder, especially the ones that cannot tell you the performance of the family of the dogs. Because again, if the person didn't own that dog and that dog didn't get famous, you wouldn't be talking about that breeder in the first place.
CPK got a good question, man. He said, so there's no special editions for Dodge Neon, Chrysler Neon, or Plymouth Price. There's some cars that are one of, or one of 5 in the world. They don't even have a what's it called, a model number. They just they put them out there, prototypes.
Yeah, man.
Created exclusively for a clientele that can appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, man.
At the end of the day, man, like you are the deciding factor, man. I can't tell you what you want to do, what you can't do, man. I ain't never about to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about being right, about getting it right.
Yeah.
Build something, stand on it, make a process, test the process, verify the process, and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's one of those things, man. And I think it's a blurry line with it, to where, I don't know, people get offended.
And another thing with the whole paperwork situation, if you're moving forward, you can get paperwork for your work. Once you get to your how they do it right now as the update. I think they still doing it at 3 generations, but they might have moved it to 4. But if you document all of your stuff, like you got your pictures, you got the times and dates when the pups drop, you got pictures of the pups, the breeders, and you keeping track of that, they will give you paperwork for your foundation of dogs. But you got to be able to track and show everything. So all this the paperwork talk, I hope in the future that it never comes up again, as a whole. But if the dog is doing what you need it to do and you're adding more performance to it, because you have to move forward, you can't go backwards. So I mean, if you that serious with the dog, do what you got to do on your end, so that way if it comes to the point where you're going to leave this for the next generation, your family and all that, get the proper documents for it. You ain't got to show it to the public. You can put it away, but just make sure you have it. That way you got your proof that that's your stuff. So ain't no dog. There's no such thing as a dog without paperwork. You just don't know how it's bred. Just like a lot of humans don't know their actual lineage. It's the same thing, but you know some of it. So you got an idea of what it is. You move forward from there.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it with the ADBA, the AKC, and UKC. Once you can prove your 3-4 generations, even if you DNA test it, that's even better and make your processes go even faster. But if you can prove it, you got the pictures, you got the times and dates, you got the pup pictures, the breeding. Once you get to your 3rd, 4th generation, they will give you your foundation paperwork. It'll only have the dogs and the pups. Everything else behind it will say unknown, because you're about to build a new family of dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's how some of these abnormalities that we see in different breeds come about, from gumbos like that?
Yes, but some people do it on purpose. It's people who buy dogs from well-known breeders and keep the paperwork. They'll register the dog, and let me not put too much, but they'll buy a dog for $2,500. They'll say they don't have no paperwork on the dog. They know how the dog is bred. They do the foundation stuff with the dog and build a new foundation, but they actually know how the dog is bred. A lot of people have done that just because they didn't want nobody to know they sauce.
Yeah.
And while they still have accurate paperwork though, without hanging papers. You see what I'm saying? Because technically you're not hanging papers because you're not lying about anything. It just say that's how you get your paperwork to say unknown in the back. That way, everything forward you could just show as your work. So that's an honest way about building without you having to lie about shit on paper and all that bullshit that people be doing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all was kind of cooking on that yesterday. Tony was really dog. Y'all was kind of cooking on that yesterday on the cookout, man. And man, y'all had me sitting at the. I was parked at the gas station just listening. You know what I'm saying? And it alluded to this. I thought it was some pretty profound stuff being said yesterday. Check out the cookout with Victoria from yesterday if y'all missed it. Y'all kind of see it. This was kind of already cooked on, but like I said, my show schedule is already out for the week, so the topic has been very, very expounded upon. And
But Samurai, hold on. Pitwise, listen to me. If you buy 2 dogs from Gardner, you put them together, you farm a few, you sell a few, you get 2 champions out that litter. Yes, you put them together, but who blood is it, Pitwise? They gonna say Pitwise, but 90% of the dog man that credit is going to Gardner, my man. Unless you done cooked up something for 3-4 generations, you're not about to get that credit, my man.
Yeah, man. We gotta make our rounds, man.
yes, sir. So the cookout coming up next.
Yes, sir.
Pitwise, meet me at the cookout, man. But yeah, you can't buy 2 dogs from Gardner, put them together. You get some winners out there. Yeah, you put that breeding together, but Gardner could have put the same breeding together, and it's his blood. So do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, make the rounds, man. Meet me at the cookout.
For sure. Hey man, I do want to give a special shout out to my brother Pitwise. He in here with the COVID this morning, man. You know what I'm saying? I think he said Omicron or Omega or something like that. Let me tell y'all something about COVID, man. COVID is a real thing. My first ever live that I did with a special guest was with Rasta, man. We went like 3 hours and some change. And man, I was in there with it. Man, it was times where I had to take the headphones off and go lay down. And it's even times where you can hear me on there snoring because like, bro, I was in so much pain. I was just trying to get rest, you know what I'm saying? But the show must go on, man. You know, shout out to Rasta, man, for coming through and showing us love, you know what I'm saying? And but yeah, man, if y'all ain't never been by that COVID bug, man, get your health up, man. My kids, they started sniffling, so I started drinking that vitamin C, 1,000 milligram vitamin C emergency. As soon as I seen them sniffling, they back in school now, bringing home whatever crud, you know what I'm saying, from their peers. Yeah, man. But good. That's a good topic right there too. Game breaker.
Yeah, man. But y'all know what it is, man. We got Men at Work coming up at 10 a.m. Central, man. If you ain't a member, man, what you doing? Come on, join this movement, man. Yes, sir.
For sure. Yeah, man. To the maximum, man. Shout out to the maximum. Roots Rockin' Kennels. Salute, bro. Rasta, man, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for everything you do for the game, bro. Keep it moving forward. But yeah, man, Big A, I'm about to go make my rounds, man. You know what I'm saying? Do this benediction. We'll see y'all at the cookout. Today, I'm bringing asparagus, lemon pepper asparagus, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going straight vegetarian today if you're dealing with Dre. Somebody else better bring something with some sustenance to it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get it. I don't like them Brussels sprouts. Big A be talking about doing the Brussels sprouts. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I think that was created in a lab somewhere. But,
yeah, man.
Let me hit y'all with this benediction, man, because we right at the hour mark, y'all. Please bow your heads with me. May the Lord watch between you and me while we're absent, one from another. Amen.
Amen.
For the love of the dogs.
For the love of the game.
Peace.
Yeah. Beat drop, slow, head, not flow. blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain, locked in the game, never moved for fame. Old mountain lions run deep in the flame. Sock about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came Fat Boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but a bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, ran it straight through the rain. Red Ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sock it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.